Welcome to News with Clay, your go-to source for all the news we care to share. He's sharp, he's witty, and according to Wikipedia, he once ate an entire rotisserie chicken in a Costco parking lot. Please welcome your newsman, Clay.
Yeah, and that chicken was $4.99 and delicious. You don't walk away from that kind of value, Wikipedia. Our top story tonight. At midnight on October 31st, the government will have been shut down for 1 full month. And I don't mean to scare anyone on Halloween, but does it turn into a pumpkin at that point? Are we about to watch the land of the free and the home of the brave transform into one big orange gourd? Because honestly, we're halfway there. But what's even scarier, no one's talking about the shutdown anymore. It's like America's haunted house. You keep hearing strange noises, no one's working, and every time you open a door, another skeleton falls out. Which reminds me, has anyone checked on those Epstein files? If Congress really wants to celebrate Halloween, they could try dressing up as something truly terrifying. Public servants who actually show up to work. And if the government's still shut down on Friday, will the House of Representatives at least leave a big bowl of candy out front? Or did they already ship it to Trump with a note that says, "You decide who gets the candy. We trust your judgment." Spoiler alert. He's eating it all himself and then blaming Antifa for the missing Snickers. Hurricane Melissa made landfall in Jamaica this week as a Category 5 storm with 185-mile-an-hour winds. The strongest hurricane ever to hit the island. At least 50 people are dead across Haiti, Jamaica, and the Dominican Republic. Entire communities are underwater. Families trapped in their homes. And this isn't a freak storm. It's the third Category 5 hurricane in the Atlantic this year. Here's what's happening. A few extra degrees of ocean heat now equals next-level storms. Warmer water means more fuel, faster intensification, bigger damage. This isn't bad luck, it's a pattern. A less than gentle reminder that climate change isn't coming, it's here, checking its watch and wondering why we're still debating it. And look, I know half our government and about half our country doesn't believe in science anymore. But Mother Nature doesn't care what we believe. She doesn't take polls, she takes coastlines. And the longer we keep our heads buried in the sand like a MAGA parrot or ostrich or whatever bird refuses to accept reality, the worse it gets. More than a dozen homes in North Carolina have been swallowed by the Atlantic since September. 5 more this week. The water's coming, whether we believe in global warming or not, and unlike Congress, it doesn't shut down. If you were wondering who would be the first to sue Tylenol based on Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s nonsense, the results are in. Texas announced it's suing Tylenol, claiming it causes autism. The star witness? RFK Jr., a man who thinks vaccines are poison and raw milk is medicine. Picture the courtroom. Mr. Kennedy, do you have any peer-reviewed research to support your claims? Does Joe Rogan count as a peer? So yeah, this case is off to a great start. RFK's evidence, a hunch, some vibes, and a study he found in a Facebook group called Moms Who Do Their Own Research. There's zero scientific proof Tylenol causes autism, but when has that ever stopped a lawsuit in Texas? If Texas wins, we'll all need Tylenol, and it'll be illegal. And now a brief math lesson. Nvidia just crossed $5 trillion in valuation. To put that in perspective, it's enough to buy every Starbucks location on Earth and still have $4.9 trillion left, even after ordering a pumpkin spice latte. Or you could buy a Ferrari for everyone in Hawaii. Maybe you like houses, in which case you could buy every house in Wyoming, Montana, and Vermont combined, and still have enough for a small condo in New York. Or, and hear me out, because this would be my choice, you could buy 5 Labubas and a ticket to the next Taylor Swift concert if you can find one. See you at the show. And speaking of Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce just became an investor in Six Flags. When you date the biggest pop star on the planet, you need a place with long lines and screaming fans for your days off. Kelce says he wants to bring football energy to the park. So he's designing some new attractions. First up, Concussion Alley. Really fast bumper cars shaped like football helmets. Then there's Tackled 4D, an interactive movie where guests get flattened by their favorite NFL stars. Fun for the whole family. Assuming your insurance covers it, but let's be honest, the 7 roller coasters named after Taylor Swift songs are going to be way more popular. If Taylor performs there once, it'll be the most successful Six Flags season in 20 years. I was sworn to secrecy, but this is a slam dunk. Once the park's new name is announced, I can't say what it is, but I'll see you at Swift Flags sometime soon. Oops. Elon Musk announced he's launching Grokpedia, his new competitor to Wikipedia, because apparently the world really needed a Fox News version of Wikipedia. Musk says Grokpedia will be less biased than Wikipedia, which is rich, coming from a guy who uses his own platform to promote conspiracy theories and then complains when people call him out for it. Wikipedia's bias? Volunteers who cite sources, Grokpedia's bias, whatever mood Elon's in that morning. Not to be outdone, Rob Gronkowski announced his own platform, Grokpedia. It's just like Grokpedia, but with an N. And honestly, after 20 concussions, I'd still trust Gronk's facts more than Musk's. At least Gronk's version will tell you the truth, slowly, loudly, and probably shirtless. The good news? Gronkpedia's first article is already up. It's titled Beer Good. That's it. That's the whole thing. And our final story tonight, President Trump received a golden crown this week from South Korea, a literal crown made of gold. Back home, 7 million Americans just marched in No Kings protests. But in South Korea, they gave him the crown. Thanks, South Korea. You're really helping enforce the message. But maybe something got lost in translation. Maybe the Korean language doesn't have a word for irony. Or maybe they do, and this is just really expensive trolling. Trump, of course, loved it. He said he wanted to wear the crown right now. And I get it. If someone gave me a crown and I was a teenage girl, I'd want to wear it immediately, too. The crown is a replica from the ancient Silla Kingdom, which, fun fact, brought peace to the Korean peninsula. You know, the traditional way, shutting down the government and bombing protesters with digital poo. Wait, no, that's just our guy. And when Trump arrived, the military band played YMCA. Lunch was mini burgers with ketchup and gold-adorned brownies. South Korea's president even wore a gold tie in Trump's honor. I don't know if this is a coincidence, but it all sounds an awful lot like my son's 3rd birthday party. I just hope they remembered the bounce house, and that's all the news they wrote for me to read to you. Consider yourself informed. Until next time.